Diane, we've been married 40 years. We have 7 children, 7 grandchildren. So after we had been pastors for about 6 or 7 years, we had gone through some difficulties and some trials. We had probably 4 kids by that time. We had been working very hard, both in the church and our family. We were homeschooling. It was a challenging season. We were young. We were in our mid-20s now by this time. And we had kind of gotten burnt out. And one day, a friend came to visit us, and when he came to our house, one of our children, our daughter, she just fell on the floor and started laughing. And we thought, well, stop that, why are you being rude to our guest? This is not good, And she was laughing really hard, and he says, oh, don't worry about it. This happens all the time. And I said, what are you talking about? And he said, well, I just came back from a series of meetings in Toronto, Ontario, in Canada, and God is moving there. We thought, that's crazy. What's going on? The year was 94, I'm sorry. And in 1994, God began to pour out His Spirit in this little tiny church. And it was about maybe seating for about 125 people, 150 people. And God began to move there through the leadership of 2 amazing people. One was Randy Clark, and the other one was John and Carol Arnott. And God began to move in this church. And we heard about it. We just said, whoa, we are so tired. We're so burnt out. We need a touch from God. So we just kind of let everything go. We went up there, and we got so ministered to by the Lord, so refreshed in the Holy Spirit. We came back to our church, and we said to our staff, we had 3 or 4 pastors that said, come on with us, let's go back. So we went back for like a week, and we just, again, spent time in the presence of God, letting the Holy Spirit refresh us from all the tiredness, washing it away. And so when we came back to San Francisco, God began to move in an identical way. It was almost like a contagious thing, that it was on our clothes in a way. We came back, and immediately my first meeting with my youth leader, he walks into the room and he falls to the ground and starts laughing. It's like, what? He didn't know where we had been. This was just something God was doing. It was a crazy moment in history. And so I went out to my secretary. I said, maybe we should call a few people and hold a meeting tonight. So she called like 15, 20 people, and about 200 showed up. And that night, God's Spirit began to move in a crazy way. And we just decided we're going to go for it. So every night, 6 nights a week for the next 18 months, we did nightly meetings. We had hundreds most nights, and on the weekends we had thousands come, and we're part of this amazing gathering. And God's Spirit was touching people. There was healings, there was emotional healing, there was deliverance that was taking place. It was a very real outpouring of revival. People came to Christ during that time. Physical healings occurred. It was just a wonderful, wonderful season. Night after night after night, people coming and getting touched by the Holy Spirit. And I believe that we're in a season now where we're waiting for the next wave. And I believe that the Lord, I can look out on the horizon, and I can see the ocean, and I can see a wave forming in the distance. And I believe we're in a season where God is about to touch His church in the same way. I want to encourage all of you to open your hearts, because there's more. There's more of Jesus. There's more of His presence. There's more of His power. He said, even greater things than I've done shall you do, because I go to the Father. And I believe we're entering into another season of outpouring. So get ready. Fasten your seatbelt, because God is about to touch you in a powerful way.